Top 3 musicians who disliked George Harrison. George Harrison, known as the Quiet Beatle, gained recognition for his spiritual insights, exceptional guitar skills, and impactful songwriting. He was instrumental in bringing Indian music and culture into the Western music scene, notably through his partnership with sitar maestro Ravi Shankar, which introduced Indian instruments and musical styles to a broader audience. His commitment to spiritual themes was reflected in tracks like My Sweet Lord and All Things Must Pass. Harrison advocated for meditation, inner peace, and self-discovery, using his fame to spread these ideals. His pursuit of spiritual subjects enriched his music, motivating many fans and fellow artists to embark on similar journeys. After the Beatles disbanded, Harrison enjoyed significant success as a solo artist, with his triple album All Things Must Pass, 1970, regarded as one of the finest solo projects from a former Beatle. The album generated hits such as My Sweet Lord and What Is Life, solidifying Harrison's reputation as a powerful solo musician. Harrison's impact on contemporary music spans various genres, including rock and world music, and he plays a key role in popularizing non-Western instruments in mainstream music. However, he wasn't universally liked in the music community. Here are 3 musicians who publicly expressed their disdain for him. Liam Gallagher. Despite Oasis' admiration for the Beatles, Liam Gallagher was unfiltered in his criticism of George Harrison. Following Harrison's remarks about Oasis, especially targeting Gallagher, the singer retaliated in an MTV interview, saying, "If any of those old farts have a problem with me, they should leave their Zimmer frames at home, and I'll take them down with the right hook." Gallagher acknowledged his love for the Beatles and Harrison's lyrics but called Harrison "nipple" and said he would say it directly to him. "I still love the Beatles and I still love George Harrison as a songwriter in the Beatles, but as a person, I think he's a nipple. And if I ever meet him I'll tell him. And if you're watching, nipple." Gallagher accused Harrison of being gullible, believing the media's portrayal of him, and labeled him the silly one for taking such reports seriously. John Lennon. Lennon and Harrison's relationship was particularly complex, evolving from brotherly friends to teacher mentor to peers to feuding frenemies. Lennon was irritated when his solo work was compared to Harrison's, especially concerning their differing takes on spirituality. He found the comparisons lazy, highlighting that while Harrison embraced Hinduism, his own songs often critiqued religion. After the breakup of the Beatles, Lennon publicly disparaged Paul McCartney, Harrison, and Ringo Starr, belittling their solo careers. He openly stated that one of Harrison's shows had not impressed him, calling it not the greatest thing in history. Lennon's annoyance about these comparisons surfaced in an interview when he said, "He doesn't want to be compared with George. Why should I be compared with George?" He also felt hurt that Harrison omitted him from his memoir I, Me, Mine, thinking it illustrated lingering resentment from their past. "George's relationship with me was one of the young followers and older guys. It's a love-hate relationship, and I think George still bears resentment toward me." Graham Nash. When the Hollies performed George Harrison's song, If I Needed Someone, Graham Nash thought they did well, but Harrison criticized their rendition, saying they had spoiled it and sounded like session musicians. Nash didn't take this lightly, expressing in his book Wild Tales that Harrison acted as if he owned the song and had exclusive rights to its interpretation. He reminded readers that the Beatles themselves had performed cover versions. Nash voiced his disappointment to the media, criticizing Harrison for using his stature to belittle a smaller band like the Hollies and questioned whether Harrison would still accept royalties from a cover version he disapproves of. In his book, Nash noted, St. George didn't know when to keep his snarky remarks to himself. He believed he owned the song and that no one else could interpret it. The Beatles had done their own covers as well. I should have pointed out his own mediocre version of Devil in Her Heart. After his comments, I was still seething 2 weeks later. Not only do these comments disappoint and hurt us, but we're sick and tired of everything the Beatles say or do being taken as law. Do you think their criticisms were justified? Share your thoughts in the comments below.